Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and this is another Open With Me. Now, while I was in the supermarket the other day, I did buy a magazine and I also got this book. Well, bookazine, it's not exactly a book, but it's not a magazine either. So, this is by Inspired to Create, a Year of Crochet Blankets, classic styles, easy beginner makes, and 32 projects for you. We've got some also shown on the back. So we've got a bonus matching cushion, easy to follow guides, heirloom makes, and year-round inspiration. So I'm going to do a little review of this one because it's readily available in supermarkets around here anyway. So I'm not sure if we've seen these patterns before, but we're going to have a good look and see. Quite a lot of time when these things come out, they are. So before I go on, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and hopefully you'll be informed when new videos pop up. So let's get in then. Okay, so bookazine. There we go. Not bad. Obviously, this is inspired by Crochet Now, so yeah, that's obvious. Unless it's just an advert, but sometimes they kind of plug their own stuff. So we've got contents here: how to read a pattern, how to crochet basics, create a granny square, joining techniques, inspiring edges, choose a colour palette, corner to corner, change colour and fair isle, plot your own graph gan, yarn bobbins and abbreviations. So that's the first part. Let's have a look at the first part then. How to read a pattern. So it goes into all of the info on how to read it. Got some charts and keys here as well. Learn the basics. So obviously it's teaching you the two kind of normal ways people excuse me, people hold the crochet hook. This is me. But I know a lot of people on YouTube do this. Basically, all of the very basic stuff does say it's basic, and it's not lying. That goes on for quite a little way. Then we've got knit now rather than crochet now. See what I mean? Winter. So we then go on to this part. So although that said there was a lot, it was really just a couple of pages. So winter we had Northern Star, Geometric Granny Square, Wild Goose, Winter Log Cabin, Winter Sky Baby Blanket, Love Me Do, Gauday. I don't know how to spell that, but I remember there was a song that had that in it when I was a kid, a folk song. So I should imagine that's it. Walk in the Park, Huge... They love me, don't they? Hig? I don't know. Snowstorm. So let's get on. I do love the words they come up with in these books. Okay. How to make a granny square. So this is their version. However, I can see a basic flaw in this that, well, a lot of people do it this way, but I certainly don't. I like to finish in the centre and make it seamless. So I'll put a link to my latest and best granny square tutorial at the end of this, if I can remember. Okay, so here we go. Another how to make the granny square. Yeah, it's going round and round. Joining techniques. So it shows you various joining techniques, which, you can find on here if you want. You can even find them on my blankets and my tutorials on this platform. Polaris throw. Did they say that we're going to have a Polaris throw? Have we moved on from winter? Where's Polaris? Do you know what? Let's do that differently then, because I can't see anything there that says Polaris. So the next one's Fish in the Pond, Bullseye, Balloon Fiesta, Jill's Chain, whatever that means, Over the Throws, Santiago, Reducing Squares, Along the Riviera, Strawberry Fields in Summer, Enchanting Entrelac, and we've got California Baby Crochet Blanket, Havana Nights, I Love Rainbows, and Lily Sunset. So back getting to winter again, we've got Fall, Pencil Box, Xanath, Chenille Wheel Blanket, Mermaid Tail Sleeper, Forager Basket, Walk in the Woodlands, and Giverny. I don't know. Why do they have weird... They do it, don't they? Oh, look now. Oh, hang on. But there it is. But it's funny that it didn't have anything at the front that said Polaris blanket, did it? No, it didn't. So that threw me. Okay, we're back to where we were. So this is Polaris, which didn't get a mention, but there it is. Dawn Whitaker. I haven't been crediting the people with these things, but they're saying that this is... They're not saying that it's beginners or intermediates. Anywhere, I can't see that anyway. So we have Geometric Granny. So it's basically manipulating the granny stitch with colour. There's a lot of that around. This is by Emma Wilkinson. She's there. I'm not going to linger on the patterns too much because that's not too fair. Wild Goose Chase Throw. Again, manipulating the colours. This is Esme Crick. Basically, it is just a solid granny square, but manipulating colours to give a result. So that's that. It's made with Aran yarn, that one. Winter Log Cabin. See a lot of these, but this is by Liam Marshall. First time I've seen his name mentioned. This is Winter Sky Baby Blanket. Now, straight away, this is Zoe Potrak, and she does a lot of things for these magazines, but I actually straight away see something that I could not live with, and that is these giant holes in it. I mean, if it was a small hexagon and it made a kind of a scallopy edge, that would be one thing, but this is gigantic holes. I couldn't live with that, sorry, but you know, I dare say there'll be people who really like it. Now there's a couple of different designs of hexagon on here. You've got quite a nice one with a star in it, and one that's plain. So there we go. We have Love Me Do blanket. Incidentally, it just shows you like star one, star patterned hexagon, plain. So it doesn't really give you much in the way of pictograms. Do you know what I mean? They usually do, but they're not in this case. So this one again, it's got a big heart. Again, just manipulated with colour, which is more of a pixel blanket in my opinion. Now we're on to spring. Spring has sprung and it won't be far away. Inspiring Edges. This is by Debbie Tomkeys. That's a name I'm not familiar with. There's quite interesting edges. I tend to just do that kind of tried and tested ones that I always fall back on. Fish in the Pond. Now quite like this. That's kind of using shapes to make fish. Lena Fedotova. I actually quite like that. It's pretty interesting. And there we go. There's the chart. And it shows you... See what I mean? That was lacking in the other one, I feel. This is a bullseye blanket, otherwise known as just round into squares, by Rebecca Armstrong, but kind of using the colours to make an effect again. And I like this one, Balloon Fiesta, by Sharon Carter. Now, when my kids were little, I used to read them a book called The Great Balloon Race. This would have been perfect, along the, you know, to read with the book with this. But it's Tunisian crochet, so obviously it's you know, it's something if you want to try, that would be great. I mean, a lot of people do Tunisian, but I know when I've asked a few people recently if they've ever tried it, they've been a kind of like, no. I think, you know, a lot of people are scared of it, but you shouldn't be. It's, you know. Anyway, Sharon Carter takes you through this, but do we have much in the way of showing how to? We've got decent charts, though. And there are some how to do bits along here, so that's pretty decent. Okay, so this one's on the front cover, Jill's Chain Crochet Blanket. So it's not exactly, when I said Jill's Chain, didn't really know what that would entail, but obviously it's this blanket. This crochet interpretation of a traditional Jack's chain quill lets the contemporary colours really shine together in this beautiful blanket. Okay, so there we go. It's made with DK. It's by Melinda Miller, and it's just made with Stylecraft Special DK, so which I do sell in my shop. And so nice and inexpensive yarn used, which is good. And there's a picture of how it's put together. It's quite a lot involved in this one. Lots of pages devoted to it. Okay, so yeah, if you haven't found my shop already, there's a link in the description box. It's hobbyrocks.co.uk, and some gorgeous new yarns that I've just showcased. If you haven't seen those already, I will put a link at the end to the video. This is over under throw. Obviously the over and under are the shapes that are kind of coming out of the, it's just colours that are causing these shapes because they are squares. This is Melinda Miller again, and this crochet blocks are inspired by traditional American quilts and are very easy to make. Okay, what we got now? Chevrons. These are nice. This is Veronica Cromwell. I think the colours are a little busy, but if you manipulated the colours nicely, you know, in such a way, that would kind of be good. Like maybe ombre them and use some colour. Things really do change when you put colours in a certain way. This is made with chunky yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. And yeah, but it's unusual. Quite like unusual. Reducing squares. So that's what it means. For me, personally, it's chaotic. So not for me. But what I've done in the past is I did a blanket for Harley when he was a baby, and I did several big popcorn puff stitch squares, and then I did some small ones around them to kind of encase it, and then I did some different granny squares around that, and it kind of moved outwards in a symmetrical pattern. But when things are not symmetrical like this, they bother me. It's just a personal thing. This is Maria McPherson. Some people will absolutely love it. This is Along the Riviera, so by Rosina Northcott. It's made with DK, and it's a cotton one that's been used in this, you can tell. Along the Riviera. It says, sometimes simplicity in design is the most elegant, but look closely and you can see the different textures, techniques used within the blanket. So yeah, it is plain-ish, but it's not row after row of UK treble crochets or US doubles, which is something I really despise. There are kind of interesting stitches at hand, and they do remind me of deck chairs in a way, with the striping and the seaside. So that's yeah. Anyway, summer. Let's get on to summer, speaking of seasides. Okay, this is unusual. I quite like all the reds in this. This is called Strawberry Fields. And this is Alison Walker and Louise Rising. They've done this together. It is DK. It's made with a little bit more expensive yarn in sheepies, but you can substitute yarn as long as you've got all the right colour combinations. Now, you may or may not want bubbles on it, but yeah, I quite like all the reds, I have to say. And it's done like a giant strawberry. Well, there you go. That's actually kind of an ingenious use of a strawberry. Yeah, I quite like that, actually. Enchanting Entrelac Blanket. So here we are. It does look quite nice. This is obviously Tunisian. And it is Lena Fedotova's blanket. We've got lots of how-to-dos on this. We've got the charts. We've got how it kind of looks along the way. So yeah, I think you need it in that one because it is not massively straightforward. Now we've got a corner to corner one here by Blazenka Simic Boro. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I don't think I did with the Simic or the Blazenka, but I'm not sure if it's Boro, but it is to me. So this is made with DK and a 5mm hook. It's cheapies again, but obviously you can use any yarn you want. We've got a little charteroonie over here. Now this is called Havana Nights by Rosina Northcott. Done on the slant in stripes. Kind of does this. Yeah, it's unusual. Quite interesting. But it is C2C if you want to give that a whirl. I have to say, me and C2C don't always see eye to eye. I don't know why. It's just maybe something in my tension, I don't know, but I always find it doesn't lay nice for me. Anyway, that's just me. This is Ashley Kelly's I Love Rainbows blanket. So it's basically using hearts and ombre yarns to create this really nice effect with these heart granny squares. You can find these heart granny squares all over YouTube. That's pretty. I like that. This is Lily's Sunset Blanket by Veronica Cromwell. That's pretty. I like that. And there it is when it's made. That looks a little holy, but it isn't. It's just this very light pink centre. We've got the chart as well. Now we're on to fall. So this reminds me of something that Krista from The Secret Yarnery did a long time ago. And I'd never seen anybody do the pencils. So I think she did them on a footstool or a blanket. I can't remember now. But since then, I've noticed a lot of people taking that on. So it just goes to show that us here on YouTube do inspire those creators that publish in magazines as well as the other way around. So that's not too bad, is it? They do watch us. Zoe Clements has given us the colour theory and show us how to put colours together. Some people are just naturally good at that and others maybe would like a little bit of help. This is the pencil box blanket. They're all different shapes. This is Sharon Carter. It's a Tunisian blanket. I'm not sure that Krista's from The Secret Yarnery was Tunisian. I don't think it was. But there it is. That's what it looks like. It's kind of nice. And we have Zanath Blanket by Love Ali. Yeah, very monochrome. Zanath means vanilla in the language spoken by the Totonac people, and the juxtaposition of the white petals against the long black vanilla pods makes a strikingly beautiful vanilla orchid. So I didn't know that. Okay, so moving on. What is that? Chenille Wheel Blanket by Jenny Conduit. It's a strange name, but it's a strange blanket, to be honest with you. It uses extreme chunky and a 25mm crochet hook. I have to say, not for me, but you know, there's not an awful lot of space given to this. That's all there is in terms of picture, but you know, some people like that really extremely large stuff. Tends to be knitted, I'd say. Maybe it's flatter, but you know, each to their own. That's, you know, this one is the Mermaid's Tail. Seen a lot of these on YouTube, seen a lot of these everywhere, but this is Lena Fedotova, and there's her Mermaid's Tail. Just slip yourself in, cozy on up, and put a cup of tea and watch a telly. That's good. This made with Karen Simply Soft and a 6mm crochet hook. And I'm not sure if you can hear the rain, but it sucks a little bit. You can make this small, medium and large, obviously for kids and younger adults, like older kids, and grown-ups alike. You can all have all of you, the family can have one. How about that? Cozy on up on the sofa. Makes getting out of it to go make tea a bit difficult, but never mind. Hannah Cross. This one is made with DK, but it does look chunky, doesn't it? It's called Forager's Basket, and that's what it kind of looks like when it's all pulled out. So we've got Walk in the Woodlands blanket and a big old toadstool. This is by San B. San B. There's San B. So we've got charts. Always a good thing. So what's it made with? Let's have a look. DK? No. Super chunky even? No. DK and super chunky. So let's have a good look and see what's the effect of that then. I guess this might be the super chunky, because this doesn't look textured. So that's probably why. Okay. Yeah, the mushroom. Not a toadstool as I first thought. This is Rosina Plain, and she has given us the Giverny blanket. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I think so, because it's named after the French commune Claude Monet. Named after the French commune Claude Monet lived in, should I say. Oh, did he live in a commune? I didn't know that. Okay, it's pretty though. I like it. But this is showing you how to do the stitching. It's very ombre. I like it. I like that. It's quite sweet. We're now on to winter. I thought we'd already done. Oh, maybe not. That's lovely. That is very nice. This is made with Signet Boho Spirit in the colour of Festival, which I do have in my shop. I love the Signet Boho Festival. I've rather a lot of them. And for you guys across the pond, they are exactly the same as Red Heart Unforgettable. Identical in every way. In fact, I have some of each, and they are the colours, everything. You could use both on the same project and you wouldn't see a difference. But that's gorgeous. I like that. Can you imagine? I've just actually started stocking in my shop Ice Yarn Picasso. Can you imagine it made with that? Wow, that just really pop. Anyway, this is Ashley Cramp. Nice one, Ashley Cramp, I have to say. It's made with C2C, which is what gives it that kind of vibe. But that's the way that that's come out, the colours on that. If you used it, would you get the same band in? I don't know, but you could always manipulate colours, couldn't you? And this is the blanket. So we've got changing colour and Fair Isle. We've got a chart for you to create your own stuff. Plot your own graph gan. Do that all the time, actually. This is Gaudet Throw, or Gaudet, by Rosina Plain. It says you can choose either join this blanket as you go or make all your snowflake motifs separately and join at the end. So I don't know why it's not exactly explained why it's called Gaudet or Gaudet, whatever it's called. But they are quite interesting as snowflakes go. They haven't used colours that make it pop so much though, have they? So this is just basically a spike stitch, walk in the park blanket. I have one of these on my channel that's been there for years. This is Rosina Plain. But I quite like this. It looks like ribbons going through. That's unusual. Very kind of cool. Good edging. And what have we got here? This is the huge Higgy throw. I have no idea if that's what that says or not. This is by Ashley Kelly. Just a little word. Could you not please use words that I can pronounce or understand? Higgy, I don't know, Hygge. Maybe you guys can educate me, this ignoramus. This project is a great statement piece, perfect for the end of your bed or on the back of the sofa. Cuddle up and crochet underneath the cold evenings. I think if you did it in cotton, it'd look nice on the table as well. Anyway, what we got here, we've got this hexagon snowstorm. But I have to say, it's not kind of giving me... See, this one's pointy. This one don't look pointy at all. This is Catherine Noronha. But maybe it's the yarn she's used not being... yeah, that's probably because she's used just ordinary acrylic. I think if you kind of did some cotton on that, it would be a little bit more sturdy. Or maybe a more sturdy yarn or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's different, I guess. It's got a snowflake within the hexagon. There's a chart explaining. So we've got yarn bobbins. How to make a yarn bobbin, really? You know, you can just do that with a piece of your loo roll or just, you know, but they have snazzy things to make bobbins with. Here we are. Guide to crochet and UK to US times, hook sizes, etc. And Craft World, a year of magazines for only £20, worth over £270. I guess this is online. You have to subscribe. That's the only drawback. And again, it's Knit Now, Crochet Now. So I think that tells us who's made this blanket. book, and there's been no other adverts for any other companies as far as I can remember. So tell me, do you like this bookazine? Have you seen these projects before in other publications? Some of them I have, like that heart blanket with the ombre in. I'm sure I've seen that before. And I'm pretty sure I've seen this before. Not everything, though, I have to say. Do you think it's worth the price tag? The price of this is... Where are we? What did it set me back in my moment of madness? £9.99, so £10. Forget the penny. It was £10. Is it worth £10? Some magazines have around about the same sort of kind of patterning. They're usually £8.99 to £9.99 in those magazines. But these are all blankets, so you're getting everything that maybe you're... In a magazine, you're not going to get just all blankets and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. I'll be interested to know. Then I'm not sure, but I may just do this one as a giveaway. It's my birthday month, almost ended, so it wouldn't be a very would be a very quick turnover, let's say. So if I do that, you haven't got long to enter. But watch out for it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.